I just look at my freeze frame. Okay, dokie. All right, I'm right. I don't have my earring on. All right, there. Okay, let me see. Hello, Jenna. Yeah, I'm taking questions whenever I have more people coming in. I'll ask everyone to... Oh, I can't shuffle my cards, apparently. I'll ask everyone to let me know their question or if they would like a reading, and I'll just choose someone random from there. Alright. Let me start shuffling these cards. I was like in such a weird mood like 10 minutes ago. Not a bad mood, just in a weird mood. How are you doing, Jenna? How's everyone doing so far? Hello, CEO. Oh, can't shuffle, apparently, tonight. Cannot shuffle at all tonight. Goodness, so much of a struggle. How are you doing, CEO? Alright, actually. You're doing well. I'm doing really, all things considered, I'm doing really good. I was, taking a nap earlier, so I'm still like a little, I probably have a little bit of sleep in my eyes still. But yeah, I'm really glad. I missed yesterday's live stream because I was sleeping. I overslept actually. So now thinking about it, I almost ended up missing tonight again because of sleep. But we're here now, right? We're here now. Don't have to worry about that. You know, whenever, I don't know if y'all are the same, but like, if I get myself into like the routine of sleeping at a certain time or like even taking a nap, it doesn't even matter if I like slept for 12 hours beforehand. If it hits the time of where I usually end up taking a nap, I will just feel groggy, tired, and just, ugh. Alright, continue shuffling this up. Let's see. If you don't wake up at around 5 a.m., you just feel tired all day. Yeah, see, yeah, I think it's one of those things where if you like sleep too much, right? They say like if you sleep too much, you'll just be tired as well. Hey Slay, how are you? Or if you sleep too, I mean, obviously if you sleep too little, right, you'll be tired. But yeah, it's like those funny like routines that we have for our body. How are you doing today, Slate? I'm sorry, y'all. I just like zoned out there for a moment. Actually productive. Didn't have to work until 2 a.m. Nice. 2 a.m. Wait, what do you do? What do you do? Slate, where... Didn't you say you do... Was it you that does some type of costume work or cosplay work? Or commission? I know, wasn't it like some type of commission work, Slate? Or am I confusing you with somebody else? I know you do something. It has to be something if it's not working until 2 a.m. or working until 2 a.m. Costume commissions, yeah. See, I know I'm not crazy all the time anyways. Costume commissions. Alright. Alright. Hey, Tanya. Alright. Let me see. Need to shuffle up a couple more decks. I really want to... I have Regretless Life Tarot's other Oracle deck coming in a few days, I think. So I'm really excited to do, whenever that Oracle deck comes in as well, I'm really excited to do a whole... I want to do like a full-on, I said it before, I want to do a whole video series for each of the zodiac signs using her tarot deck, because I just think it's such a... I always talk about it, and I always will, anytime I do a reading and I use her deck, which is more often than not, I always will give her kudos, because it's like, I just think it's so amazing that she has her own deck, and the fact that she took the pictures and of these cards and all that, like... I mean, when I say, like, taking pictures, it's not just, like, at, like, some random park or whatever, right? Like, she's taking, like, gorgeous pictures in gorgeous places. And I just think it's absolutely, like, it's just so cool to me. It's so cool to me that she has, like, so much involvement with this deck. And just, it has to be so cool from her point of view of being able to use a deck, and it just must be so cool. Hey D, how are you? It reinforces me saying, oh, I always say this before, it's like, I really want a tarot deck. I really want a tarot, like, making my own tarot deck. My own tarot deck and Oracle deck that go together. You got yours in the mail today? Nice, D. Which deck did you get? Did you get the classical world Oracle, or did you get the other one? My latest Gemini hit dead on. Nice. Yeah, I still got to do, I have to do Sagittarius still for tonight, as well as, I think, Libra. A single card. Oh, you know what? That actually reminds me. I have a single card from her somewhere, which I don't think I actually ever took out. I remember taking it out in the live stream, but I don't think I ever, like, opened it. You won't know what to do with the deck. Oh, this shuffling is just so crazy. Isn't her packaging gorgeous as well, D? Like, and how she packages things. It just is like a whole, like the whole, I'm just such a fan. I always will be such a fan of her stuff. You can never go wrong with her stuff. I feel anyways. Alright. For those of y'all waiting for a question or a reading, let me know in the comments and we'll start getting into this. You open mine with a knife to not rip. That's smart. Slate, I got you. It's funny you said it. Well, I guess it's not too much of a surprise, right? But whenever you were saying something before, I felt drawn to give you a message. General message. What, is everyone out on a date? Honestly, D, I can't even complain, right? Because I like randomly just didn't live stream last night. I didn't give a heads up or anything. So everyone's probably just like, and plus it's just earlier. It's still a little bit early, right? 11:30. Yeah, it's 11:30 for some people. But I mean early in terms of like my live stream. My live stream always takes a little bit of a moment to warm up, right? Usually by the time I get everyone starts coming in is right when I start getting ready to leave the live stream. It always turns out to be like that, right? Where it's just like people usually are just like wrapping up for the night, or like they'll like be laying in bed trying to go to sleep, and then they'll see my notification, right? Yeah, I don't know what it is with me tonight with my shuffling. There we go. All right, for you, Slate, we have for your first row, we have the 6 of Water with the 10 of Swords. So, 6 of Water talks about looking the past of some sort. Hello, Ronald. How are you doing? 6 of Water, Slate, is talking about looking in the past. This is also known as the Daydreamer card as well. But when it's paired in this way, I kind of suspect it's kind of like looking at how something used to be, or it's kind of like just more so just like taking things in account for and just assessing your situation in the now. 10 of Swords coming in. I feel like this is a lot of an energy of, right? Because 10s are the completion of a cycle. So when you have like 10 of Swords coming in, I feel like you're looking in the past in regards to something, some type of event that happened, some type of person that happened, and it's kind of some level of self-reflection of like almost how things like panned out, I feel. You have in your second row the Ace of Fire with the 4 of Swords in the reverse, which obviously I'm going to just show it to you upright so you can see the message of it. But I don't, normally when I would see this combination, I would kind of chastise the individual for being stuck on the past of some sort. But I feel like there's some type of healing that you're getting from it. Because with the Ace of Fire with the 4 of Swords, this is letting me know of someone that... This is almost like a situation of where, what kind of scenario would this give me? This is almost like a situation where, let's talk about in regards to like a job opportunity. You wanted to work somewhere, and at the time, like either you were rejected from it, or like whenever that job opportunity came forward to you, just something just didn't work out in the way that you kind of would have liked it to, right? Because you have the Ego card with the Strength card coming in, which is like the Devil card. So this is kind of like something happened, some type of event happened that caused you to self-reflect on some level and look inside yourself and kind of like identify something in yourself of where maybe it doesn't even have to deal with like a specific situation, but it's like it's seemingly like an energy of someone that, what's the word for it? I'm struggling trying to find the word for it for you, Slate. It's like how would we put this, man? Why is this so difficult for me to use words right now? I'm so like out of touch right now for this reading. It's like a yeah, so going on with that job analogy, it would be as if like being, let's say, rejected from a job, right? And for a while, like, it was after that rejection, it was almost like a standstill happened for a little bit. Like, there's like, with this energy of just kind of just like being taken aback from it for a while. But it was like through the sadness for a while, like you kind of were in a rut for a little bit. It was like at a temporary standstill with it. That's when the Ace of Fire finally starts coming in, because it's like it was almost like getting back up on that horse and almost having like that tough love conversation with yourself, being like, okay, can't like be having this kind of energy, can't be having this kind of view for the long term. Yeah, this happened in the past and it sucks, but I kind of have to keep it going. And I feel like it's either you having some type of opportunity, like being sprouted in your head of where it's just like, oh, I want to go towards this instead, or something comes forward to you that helps you go through this strength slash ego card, where it's just like you're doing some shadow work on yourself of like aspects of yourself that you don't like, right? Because this is what the ego is, like the devil card in normal tarot. So when you have the devil card with the strength card, which is like your shadow work card, you are healing from that type of behavior, healing from that type of pattern, because it's like it's just like you're going forward. You're finally going with you're finally making forward progress in your journey after like a seemingly like, I don't want to say long standstill, but when that Six of Cup implies like where you're looking into the past, this is seemingly like a situation that has been like looming for a few months now. I feel for you, it's like for a few months. Yeah, I've been releasing a lot of stuff. I was stuck on the past few months. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that was the first live reading of the day. My goodness. And that was rough getting through that message, but we finally got through it, man. It was like I was able, like I knew what I wanted to say, but it was just like making the actual words come out of my mouth, right? What will happen in my connection? What sort of voodoo are we to do during solar eclipse? Do I need to load up on Newt? Do we get magical power to manifest 3 frogs and a candle? Tip, please. So this is where I mean, I do plan on what type of voodoo stuff, that question. I have a ritual planned for the solar eclipse. I view the solar eclipse as one of those things, especially whenever it comes to any type of major, I guess we can call like an eclipse a major event. I always consider like the time of when it's happening, when like the actual like the season, month, or what have you. And so I think it's happening on like the 14th or 15th of this month. And so I would see the solar eclipse as a time to, I see it more so as an opportunity to, what's the word? I don't want to say deals, because I feel like people are going to see that as a selling your soul sort of thing, and I really don't mean it that way. But I mean it in terms of I guess not deals, but maybe like setting the intention for something, being like, okay, I would like to like for mine, for example, well, I don't want to talk about what it is I'm trying to do for my ritual, but for, you want to set your intention for something. So let's just say bakery, right, D? You want to run a bakery. And so I would use the solar eclipse as a time of setting the intention and including other energy sources, because it's like I see the eclipse as a time where energies are just going to be extremely active, right? So that's what I mean by what I feel like it would be an extremely appropriate time to make a deal of some sort, or setting the intention with like either your spirit guides or what have you, or using that time to really open yourself up to a new potential connection. That's how I view it as. I view it as like a overall environment thing. And considering it's in the month of December, I would cater a ritual more so towards some type of like setting it up for like the new year. So it'd be like one of those things of like during 20, I guess it would be like one of those like if you wanted to set up like a New Year's resolution, and you could have it simplified in that way. So you would have like the rituals set up in terms of being like, during this year I would like to have like this going into the new year, this intention, trying to build up this specific thing during the new year. Does that make sense? Hey, Light of Darkness, how are you doing, JD? Age of Aquarius is on the 21st this month. Yeah, I'm having anxiety about purchasing a house, but feel so overwhelmed. But I see that 12/12 will be special. Oh yeah, Tay, I didn't even think about how it would be 12/12 if it was during the eclipse. Speaking into the existence, believe in it. Hey, Caroline. Hey, Steffi. Hey, Hez, how are you feeling? No, just kidding. Yeah, I have to actually check. I don't even know the specifics. I don't know like what time it's supposed to be set for or anything like that. I just know it's technically supposed to happen. Hey Jack, how are you? Actually, hold on real quick. Let me post this on my Twitter real quick. Also, I need y'all to let me know, right? It's our usual. What did y'all eat today? Let me know. Let me know in the comments below. I'm doing good. I had to get myself out of bed. Let me explain myself to people too. Yesterday, I know some people were concerned about me because I didn't live stream. I didn't even say anything, and it was simply because unintentional. But it was simply now I'm thinking about it. But it was because of I just slept. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest. A girl was tired. I didn't even upload the Zodiacs until much later. Like yesterday, we caught up on sleep, yo. Hey, Brock, how are you? All good stuff, no junk. Grilled cheese, homemade chili, your husband made. Nice. Lady V, you love my haircut. Thank you. I love my barber so much. I need to talk about, or not talk about, but like, he has like a website that he sells like beard oils and stuff like that, which I have hooked a lot of my friends on his products. But sometime I wanted to like give him more credit because he's so talented, but he never, I never like shout him out just because I don't know what, he hasn't ever been trying to like make himself grow on some level, I guess. But now he's starting to take active steps in social media, so now I want to like be able to start shouting him out and stuff because he's such a talented individual. You had to eat applesauce, Velka. Oh yeah, I know you went to the dentist the other day, Jack. How are you? Can you get a reading? Yes, you can, Hez. Wendy's breakfast sandwich for the first time. I've never had Wendy's breakfast. PB&J and almond milk. You had sushi for the first time. Wow, for the first time? What did you get? Do you remember? Too much blood cake for breakfast? Jobina, I don't know how to pronounce. Jobina? Correct me if I'm not pronouncing your name right. What is blood cake? Chicken for lunch? Nice. Alright, Hez said they would like a reading. We'll do a general for you. And also, you guys, it was so crazy. I already did a post, so most of you guys already probably know now. But, like, I got a YouTube partner, which is so cool. I got approved, oddly, really quick. I know a lot of people usually say it takes them, like, a couple of weeks to, like, a month for YouTube to approve them for partnership. But mine was, like, less than 12 hours, which is just so crazy. It's only been 11 days, right? In the month of December, but this month has been extremely crazy for the channel, and it's just like, I don't know, it's so cool. It's so nice to like wake up this morning to all that good news. Right, for Hez. Let's get into this for you. Brock, you go hard on this. Yeah, Brock, I like post a ridiculous amount. That's all, like literally, Brock. All I do is like, I like go to sleep, I wake up, I'm sitting on my bed, right? So it's literally like I wake up, turn around to my table, and I just start shuffling cards and I press record. I'm constantly doing something, but it's fun. It's fun now that I'm into it, and I feel weird if I don't upload. It's actually pig's. I'm not gonna be grossed out, you know, pig's blood. If someone like I find it weird when people like make others feel bad about what it is that they eat. It's like, is that why this obnoxious dollar sign is in your face? Yeah, D, that's why. What ads we're gonna get on my channel? Honey, only who knows what you were gonna get, right? Hey, Robin. All right, for you, Hez. Also, yeah, happy belated birthday, Robin. Yeah, exactly, lady. All right, for you, Hez, for your first row, we have King of Wands and Seven of Cups. So you have choices here. I like this setup. Usually when you have the Seven of Cups coming forward, it can be kind of a, right? You could, it's because there's like a choice needing to be made, and usually there's some type of indecision coming forward. When you have the King of Wands coming paired with it, Hez, it's letting me know that even though rather that there are a lot of choices, there is some, you're going into this with some intent. There's kind of like it feels like you almost have a general idea what it is that you're wanting to get out of some type of situation or out of life, right? We have in your second row Six of Cups with the Magician card. So again, the Six of Cups coming in terms of a different suit for another reading. When it's paired with the Magician card, this is kind of like an energy of where it's like you're actively trying to be like, okay, like I no longer want X scenario. You no longer want to be in like this like X environment, so you're actively ready to start manifesting, right? That's the thing. When you have King of Wands and like both King of Wands and the Magician card is like the jack of all trades, of where it is you are actively just like you're in your element almost. King of Wands is like you're functioning off of passion. So this is a beautiful combination. And so with the Six of Cups, it's like, again, it's like several people just being inspired by it in terms of like how, like something from their past and like using it to motivate themselves for like what it is they're trying to create for the future. Thank you, JD. I appreciate it. When you have Ten of Cups coming in with Ace of Wands, this is like, I mean, I can't help but talk about relationships, right? When it comes to Ten of Cups is always talking about like that stability in terms of your relationships, in terms of creating that stable foundation in regards to your emotions. But it doesn't even have to be that way. This is more so speaking in a dynamic of whatever it is you're actively trying to manifest, right? This is like you're going to be getting fulfillment from it. With the Ace of Wands coming in as well, this is, I just really like this energy where it's just like you're functioning off a passion of some sort. You're functioning off of some type of, there's some type of creative spark or something sparking your interest of some sort. And when you have this type of reading where shaped like this, it's really kind of letting me know has like overall, I guess I would say it's like this is like a, you're being asked to kind of, I would say like take a risk on, I don't know why I want to say that, like taking a risk on something, being able to just be like just do it almost. Robin, thank you. I am falling for Jarrett. What do the cards say about his feelings for our future? Alright, let me catch up on comments real quick before I get to you, Robin. Hey, Brandy. Did Velka get a touch-up on his hair because his lines look real sharp and tight today? Thank you. Yes, I did. I went to the barber, was it yesterday? But yeah, I'm really happy with the results. I don't know if you can see it. I'm really happy with like the results of it. I have to post pictures at some later point of it on my Instagram, but I always feel so much better whenever I go to the barber because it's like get my facial hair trimmed, like it's just like nails done, hair's done, everything did, right? It makes me really feel good about myself. All right, let's get into Robin's real quick. Robin says she's falling for Jarrett. What do the cards say about his feelings and our future? All right. So we'll do a pull or do a pile for what's going on with Jarrett, and then we'll do alright, what's going on with Jarrett. Okay. And then how's this relationship gonna pan out? Alright. Hey D, thank you. I love the Light Series is my favorite new favorite deck. I like the Light Series and I also love the Mystical Manga tarot deck. The stripes, it matches I can't get it right now, but it matches one of my jackets that I have. I sat down in the barber's chair and he's like, "Oh, what do you want?" And then I was just like, "Make me," like, I was just being sarcastic, but kind of half serious as well. I was just like, "Just make me match my jacket." Of course, Steffi, I appreciate it. All right, Robin. So we pulled some cards on in terms of what's going on with them. We have the Ace of Wands. So everything they're kind of like I feel like I feel like more so like their mindset, their emotions on things. Like they are actively like ready. Hey, Pablo, you did make it. They're actively searching for some type of like this is interesting to them. I don't want to even sound like this is like in a condescending way. Condescending way. This is interesting to them, but I feel like almost, and I was getting like this energy, Robin, with Jarrett, where it seems like the intentions are pure, the emotions are pure in this, but when you have the Five of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, and the Nine of Wands coming in, this is like an energy, like I kind of feel like it's one of those things where it's just like this looks like a promising connection, but it's going like there's going to be a little bit of like a struggle for a while. There's going to be some learning that's going to happen from one another with this Five of Pentacles coming in, because it's like this Five of Pentacles letting me know that it's like they have issues, but who doesn't have issues? But it's like they're currently trying to work through issues. When you have the Queen of Swords coming in, dare I say, this is someone that like has like it's one of those people that have like extreme like good emotions for you, but it's like working through like their own ish. In terms of the relationship, it's real like it seems promising. I say this because of the Sun card, right? That's the best card that you can get in the deck. And you have it paired with the King of Swords, the Devil card, and the Lover card. So it's like you guys end up completing each other, right? You have the counterpart energy coming in, King of Swords with the Queen of Swords. So it's it's one of those things where it's just like, yes, this connection seems promising. This connection seems like you would be able to learn quite a bit from it, but it's not going to be all rainbows and sunshine, right? It's not going to be a situation of where um, it's just going to be like a happily ever after. It's going to be where it's just like you'll want both parties, right? Both parties will have to actively acknowledge like that discomfort, but if they both want to, if you both rather would truly want this connection, I really do see like a lot of happiness in terms of this connection. It's just going to be wrapped around a lot of like growth that comes from being triggered from one another. Does that make sense, Robin? So overall promising, right? I would like in terms like if I were to have received, if I pulled those cards in terms of someone, like I would be happy with it. It's just more so one of those things of being like, I guess like buckling up and preparing for like working through some stuff with them. All right, let me catch up with chat real quick before I get into D's general. Oh, that's awesome, Hez. Yeah, the imagery of the Light Sears Tarot is really good. You're so cute, thank you. Thank you, Slate. Hey, Lucy. You just emailed an editor about your novel and you just finished. Happy birthday, Brandy. Why did I say that weird? Happy birthday, Brandy. Pisces reading today, spot on. Awesome. Devil and Lover are on your pull daily. Oh, yeah. All right. I appreciate you guys that have tipped me. Thank you so much. Let me get to D. D gave me $5 and you would like a D. Did you say you just wanted a general, or was there something in specific that you wanted me to look into, D, before I pull your cards? Also, everyone in the chat that is waiting for a reading, let me know in the comments below now. And while you let me know in the comments, also I would love for you to give me that hit of the like. 501, you're right, I forgot that, son. 501. I'll be buying a Red Bull for me tomorrow. But yeah, let me know your question. Whatever I want to do. Whatever I want to do. Alright, let's get crazy with it, right? Let's see. I'll pull some oracle cards for you as well. Oh yeah, D, I know you're the one that asked about the solar eclipse stuff. Well, I would suggest in terms of like if you're looking to get something for your ritual work, I would say if it rains, if you can get rainwater before the eclipse, that would be really invaluable. And voice crack. That would be extremely invaluable for you. Also, I would say get dragon's blood. See, dragon's blood is something I really plan on getting, is a lot of dragon's blood. I'll be burning that all during the eclipse because dragon's blood is an incense that just enhances energy that's already there. And so thinking about it from with the solar eclipse happening, that's just like you're elevating those energies that are like extremely rare. So it's just like you really want to like utilize it. And that goes for anyone. It doesn't have to just go for a D, right? Thank you, Steffi. I hope you're having a wonderful evening. Every time I see your comments, Steffi, it always makes me smile. You just found your secret stash? I love Dragon's Blood. I want a cologne with Dragon's Blood. Dragon's Blood and Palo Santo. If I could smell like anything, that would be the mixture. Dragon's Blood and Palo Santo. Alright, general for you. What to do with the rainwater? I guess it's more so like at that point now, I guess I should explain the rainwater part. That one's more just so dependent on how into the ritual you want to get, right? If you get the rainwater though, it'd be more so, I usually use rainwater in terms of an offering for somebody. And so, what did I do? Like usually for full moons, I have rainwater, I have glacial water, that I'll use as like an offering. So each full moon and new moon actually as well, I will always use that water in turn to like seal off whatever it is that I'm doing if I'm like burning something into the ground. So at that point, I always just view rainwater as one of those like beautiful offerings, especially for a time like that when you're trying to manifest something. Frankincense. I haven't burnt frankincense in a while. Hey, Sacred. All right, for you, D, pulling one last oracle card for you. The music's okay, right, you guys? All right. So, let's go through your oracle. I cannot speak tonight, my goodness. Let's go through your oracle cards now, first, D. We have the hummingbird spirit, be here now. I love this artwork. What number is this? It's 34 equaling to 7 for numerology. Have a good evening, Hez. So with this hummingbird, be here now, with number 7, write that down for numerology. paired with the Salvation card number 17, 8. This is letting me know this is like a very, like these two cards are asking you to be present. This is very like present energy of being like, be in the moment with something. And so going into this reading a little bit deeper now. Another voice crack, my goodness. Am I going through puberty again? Hey, Artha. Yeah, let's get into your reading now. With the Sun card paired with the Wheel, this is beautiful energy. This is someone that you're almost in, this is literally saying that you are in control of how things are going to be panning out. So when you consider it with like your cards before asking you to just be present, it's almost as if there's something like going on in your now that you could actively have your hand at, D, to have something turn more so towards your favor. Does that make sense? Because when you have like, this is like, let's get into this a little bit deeper. With your second pile, you have the Strength card with the Empress card. So this is, again, like a calling of power, almost. Like, it's like, there's something that you can be doing right now in your current present, or there's some type of opportunity happening in your present right now, some type of big decision, almost, because I'm looking at your third pile, that you could be doing right now that would be extremely beneficial for you in the long run. But with the Strength card with the Empress, there's some type of shadow work, there's some type of healing that needs to take place, or just even just building up the courage to just do this, almost, going into like your Empress energy. And then for your third pile, we have the Lover's card and the Queen of Cups. Now, if the Lover's card, I mean, obviously in the literal sense of what it means is an actual lover, right? But the lover also represents a big just long-term commitment of some type of decision. Usually this would be like contractual work or being like long-term plans, right? When you have the Queen of Cups as well, Queen of Cups is like that someone is an individual who is happy in their own company but will open themselves up with the right opportunity. So it's one of those things where it's like you kind of are being called to get out of your shell, like in the immediate, D. There's just like, yeah, it just feels like this is like, I don't feel like this is trying to foreshadow anything. Like, I feel like it's happening like right now, like where it's like Spirit's trying to actually be like, it's like that Four of Cups energy, right? Where it's saying there's some type of opportunity that you're not seeing that Spirit's trying to present to you. And it feels like you're not either considering some type of opportunity or like whatever the opportunity is, just there needs to be like a little bit more of claiming of power of sorts, because I feel like this would just be like with this, I keep on referencing the Sun card and the Wheel card. Like you have a lot of major arcana coming in for your reading, which already is just like a major heads up. But it's just like with these two cards, like you're literally like the one making the choice of like where the wheels will turn in your favor or not. Like you're the one ultimately making that decision. So it would be like having the opportunity to do like a competition, for example, but then this competition, to sign up for this competition, like you're able to right now, but you're not doing it because you feel like you wouldn't be good enough at it, or so on and so forth. JD, are you still in here, JD? I don't know if you said that you wanted a reading or not, or if you're hanging out, but if you are, let me know. Thank you, Artha. Brianna, I do have Cash App. It's in my description. It's just SimplyVelca. I'm beaming right now. Yeah, it's all the good news today was just such a giant weight off my shoulders. That was really what it was. It was just a lot of like stress just like being removed off my shoulders, which was just so nice. And then to be able to have that email saying I got accepted into YouTube partner, that was also really nice. That was really fulfilling. That was really cool. Robin, how did I get started reading tarot? I started reading tarot... I feel old now thinking about it, but I started reading tarot about like 10 years ago now, and it was in high school. Well, I got initially into tarot because of I was in a cult at one point. I didn't know I was in a cult until later on, but I was in a cult at the time. And so the people that I was spending time with in that cult, I was inspired to get a deck of tarot cards. And then from there, I started just taking it to school, taking that deck of cards. It was this deck, not this deck in specific. I still have the deck, it's in my closet. But this specific type of deck, I have two of these, basically, was what I'm trying to say. And so I would always just bring it out and give readings to my friends, give readings to people in my school. And it's crazy. People from my school still, that I'm friends with even now, still will like message me. I recently got a message last week talking about like someone remembering the reading I gave them and how accurate it was. It was really cool. Yeah, it was one of those things when I first started reading cards, I never thought I considered myself, I never thought of it as like a gift just because everyone that I was like, not so much at school, but it was more so like with who I was around at the time. It was, I was reading cards, but like, it was kind of just like, I would give readings to people. We don't even need to get into that. It was just like one of those things. That's where I like really developed, like realized really quickly that when it comes to reading tarot cards, everyone has like their own flavor to it, to add to it, right? And it's one of those things, like, I never considered doing it professionally for a long time because everyone I would always give readings to in some way would either like try to play it down or like, I don't know, there was just like this weird adjustment that I had to have with people because like people just were not, regardless. It was just such a, I enjoyed the time that I had there with those people, but it's one of those things where it's like, I can respect the experience for how it was back then, but it's just like never again would I do it again because it's like whew. All right, so let me. All right, I don't think JD's around anymore. Caroline, will I get the house I'm interested in? Yeah, we have grown a lot since then, Tanya. You're about to go to work? All right, have a good evening or day at work. You have 14 decks. Wow. You started slinging cards and you started shadow work. Maybe 15 minutes. All right. Why is my music stopping? Yeah, it's just like I was basically, long story short now, I started about like 10 years ago. Didn't really realize the potential I had until, or considered the potential I had until about, honestly, like 2 or 3 years ago. Been doing it for years, was accurate for years, but I just never considered myself that good because I always like, that's the thing. It doesn't go with just readings either. Everyone will, because it came easy to me, right? Because like receiving messages became really like where it was and always was extremely easy for me. Because it felt easy for me, I thought it should have been more dramatic. I thought it should have looked more flashy. So I never like, because it came so easy to me, I was like, oh, everyone can do this. So I never considered really doing it outside of just casually for people. And yeah, it's something that I always like. That's part of why like my approach now with spirituality is now I always will tell people is just like, do not allow other people's opinions, other people's influence to influence your spiritual path, because it's just like, I could have claimed my own power years ago if I wasn't putting other people's experiences on a pedestal, if I didn't just try to like always play myself down because of somebody else, you know, like insert whatever you want to put there, right? It was just such a, I could have basically what I'm trying to say is I didn't appreciate my gifts for tarot until because of other people for a very long time. And so that was like the number one thing I will not regret, but if I could go back and change, I'd be like, I definitely would change that whole experience with it. All right. Tarot is a lot with intuitive. Yeah, that's the thing. Tarot is like a actually before I get into tarot, let me get into Caroline's question. And then I have to also get into D's with the tooth. Well, D, you said you also kind of don't want to know, so let me know in the comments if you still want to know or not. Caroline, well, I get the house that you're interested in. Let's see. Okay, I like this. I like this for you, Caroline. It seems so. You have the Nine of Pentacles with the Seven of Cups in the reverse. So this is letting me, like, when this card is in the reverse, it's letting me know you're not going to have that many options, right? So when it's focused on this question of the house, Nine of Pentacles, this is an independence card. You're reaching out for what it is that you want. Ace of Swords with the Sun card. This is beautiful setup paired with the World card and the Six of Swords, rather. I like this. This seems like you would be getting it, Caroline. This is kind of like a... This is a really... I don't see any cards in this where it's like you're not going to be getting it. In fact, it really seems like they're narrowing down your choices or your views on what to get or where to go. Yeah, but yeah, when it comes to tarot readings, like, tarot cards are just like a tool, right? So regardless of whatever gift that you have or whatever it is that you are better at, right? So let's say for me, I'm really good at intuitive reading. And so I use tarot more so as like the structure behind the messages that I have. So, but for someone that's clairvoyancy, you would also be able to use it more so... Well, I mean, I guess if you're clairvoyant, I feel like clairvoyance is like a... I mean, I guess if you're seeing like images and stuff and not like communicating with spirits in that way. The tarot cards will serve as like that trigger for seeing certain scenarios, right? So that's why when it comes to tarot cards, you never can, like, I can give you like the same spread. Like, I can show you Nine of Swords and the Devil card and tell you what that means and what I'm getting from it. But you take it to Stargirl and she's going to get something entirely different, potentially, just because of the personalized touch to it. It's one of those, the more confident, and that's the thing too, someone said it in chat, where it's like, the more confidence that you have in yourself and just in your spirit, like, you can't really do tarot readings unless you're able to get out of your own head and also just not have an insecurity with what it is that you're doing, right? You can't... you missed my question. I wasn't sure if you still wanted to hear a card for your tooth. But yeah, when it comes to tarot cards, like, you can't doubt the messages that you're getting. There has to be some level of confidence when it comes to giving a reading, because it's like, you have to put yourself, I always say, when you do tarot readings, you have to put yourself out there in such a unique, vulnerable way. And so if you're not comfortable with what it is that you're putting out there, then you start getting in your head, and then you start projecting your own insecurities into, like, it just is like a spiral, right? It's such a spiral, and we always get, like, it always happens to, like, it's not something that you can just avoid, right? That's just called being human. Oh, it was you, Jack, that wanted to know about your teeth. All right. Lotus, spiritual message, please. All right, I got you, Lotus. Thank you. By the way, I appreciate you for donating. Hello, Vincent. How are you? Yeah, you're not late this time. Thank you. Yeah, she's doing good, I think, now. It's just nice to hear that news, right? Took away the anxiety. The most stressful part's waiting for the results, right? All right. So, for you, Lotus, spiritual message. You're gonna spark this bowl in my honor. I feel honored, Jack. Spark away. I also, as like a, I'll get y'all's feedback on it now, I guess. I think, I've said this in my past live streams. Think, you guys, I'm wanting to incorporate doing like a daily live stream during the day for like, just like the daily messages. How do we feel about that? Do we feel like that's unnecessary? Do we feel like it's not worth it? Should I just like keep it to just like normal live streams like this? Or do we care about daily messages for the Zodiacs? What do we care about? What do y'all want? But I'll read back up on it after I get Lotus's spiritual message going. 2? Okay. All right, Lotus. So we have the Knight of Swords for your first row. We have the Knight of Swords, and the two cards that came out for you as clarifiers were the Eight of Wands and the Temperance card. So, right here, right off the bat, you're... how would I want to put this? This is like an energy of someone ready to take the ground running onto something. Like there's a... And I don't know... We'll see in terms of if this is in terms of like a social connection of what's going on here, I guess. But obviously you would know. But when you have the Eight of Wands, this is always like a someone that's feeling independent of sorts in terms of whatever journey it is that they're wanting to go on. This is kind of like a claiming of power one where it's like this is like this card usually pops up for somebody that's like you discover yourself through some type of event happening. You know, when it's just like you don't know your potential until you're pushed into realizing your potential. Sacred Meow, what deck is this? This is the Light Seers Tarot Oracle deck. But yeah, you know when you don't know your potential until you're put into a situation where you have to like actually go deep with yourself, right? When you actually have to tap into that those aspects of yourself, right? When you actually fully push yourself, rather. Why can't I not speak tonight? My goodness. Knight of Swords comes in with the Temperance card of where I feel like you're kind of at this place, Lotus, of where it's like you're done waiting. There's like a little bit of impatience of some sort, but I don't feel like it's a bad thing, oddly enough, for you. Because it's all based off of this Eight of Wands energy of where it's just like, it's one of those things where it's just like you're tired of waiting on something, so it's just like you're ready, like you're tired of sitting, right? Like it's not like you're trying to downplay like waiting for the perfect timing in a sense. Like you're not this is like a unique energy in that I sound so cheesy when I say it. It sounds like it's like a unique energy. It's one of those things where it's just like you acknowledge where it's just like, okay, yeah, I can understand why I would want to wait a little bit longer on doing this, but you're done waiting, right? You're done waiting, and so you're taking off running towards your Eight of Wands, where it's just like you're kind of wanting just to take matters into your own hands, regardless of the struggle. You're just ready for some type of action. Bye, Angel. You're just ready for some type of action. You're ready for some type of result. And you're running into Page of Pentacles paired with the Four of Wands. Page of Pentacles, you're going into some type of new journey, right? Some type of, you're wanting some type of, this is almost like a change. This is like in terms of like, you know, if you were having like, let's say this message was in terms of like financial for you, Lotus, right? This is like you being like, okay, like I'm done waiting. I'm done trying to make something work in this way. You're done biding your time. You're going to take matters into your own hands and start forcing this new creation for yourself. You're pretty much trying to, I say force, but not in a negative way for you, Lotus, where it's just like you're making stuff happen. And then with this Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords energy, this is such a perfect balance of where it's just like, it's interesting. It almost feels like you find more of yourself putting yourself in stressful situations rather than being in a meditative space. Does that make sense? So it's like, well, most people would be able to just like take a moment's breather to assess the situation, and then going forward, once they get a clearer head on things, it's almost like the best thing for you, Lotus, is to just throw yourself off that deep end, you know, throw yourself into the deep side of the pool and learn how to swim that way. And I feel like you swim beautifully from it. I really like this. Yeah, the colors and the artwork of this deck are so pleasing. Your money is funny, damn, you're a drought. See, yeah, that's it makes sense for it to be like for that, Lotus, because it feels all like a you're tired of waiting energy and a level of impatience, but it's like it's not impatience, like none of it is like packaged in like a bad way. Like it could seemingly come off as like careless or being seemingly impatient in like a negative way, but it's just like I don't know. It's almost like it's even though I know you're saying you're anxious about it, it's like it's through this anxiety that you really find yourself. And I can really relate to this energy, Lotus. You don't really, it's one of those things where it's like you're ripping off your current foundation to take a leap of faith into something. And it's like you don't really truly discover yourself until you're in those like extremely anxious positions. And when you're in those extremely anxious positions, that's when you force yourself to create something, right? I didn't fully start trying to do anything for my YouTube channel. I didn't start posting a lot until recently, and it's based off of anxiety. It was based off of feeling like, I was like put into a corner, in essence, right? Do I use Modern Witch Tarot? Good night, Slate. Modern Witch deck. I do not. I thought about getting that deck, but right now I don't really feel called to it. At some point, maybe it'll call out to me, and then I'll get the deck. But right now, whenever I saw the deck, I was like, it'd probably just, if I had it now, it'd probably just sit in a corner, if I'm going to be honest. All right, let me see with Jack. Oh, it's 11:11, y'all. You already know what's up. We gotta make our wish, y'all. All right. 12:11:12. Yes. Your family's unsupportive. You solo dole in whatever you want to do in life. Oh, I didn't even think about it. It's going to be 12/12/12 tomorrow. That's cool. Of course, Lotus. Yeah, with the Witch's Tarot, I just don't feel called to it. I don't feel called to it right now. It's one of those things, I want to see, right now it's one of those things, I want to see how it would play off with any of the decks that I currently use. Necronomicon is your go-to. See, Necronomicon is probably my favorite deck that I own, just because of how precise of a message I can get. But I don't use it too much for YouTube as much as I normally do for my readings, just because for YouTube readings it's a little bit too harsh for people, for the public. Actually, let's switch up the decks real quick. Let's use the Mystical Manga for Jack's reading. For the public. Yeah, there are certain decks I use for the public and certain decks I keep for private. All right. I mean, Jack, in regards to your situation, it's you got three major no, you're not. No, yeah, you got three major arcana. I don't know what's going on with my brain. And all really good cards. You have the Sun card, the Empress card, and the Star card. So, I mean, everything's looking like it's in a really good direction for you. Whenever the Star card comes forward, plus with the you have the Star and the Sun. Like, this is really such like this is such a good like positive reading overall for an energy. So I really like that. Usually whenever the Star card comes in, that's usually like some type of wish fulfillment, right? Some type of like being cleansed. It's usually like I like to view the Star card as like you get like a sense of release, some type of cleansing, healing release through going forward towards like some type of wish that you're wanting. It's almost like, let's use myself as an example, right? The Star card is like one of those cards where it's just like let's say financial stress, right? If I were to be having extreme financial stress, and then I got that email from YouTube partnership, right? I got accepted into YouTube partnership. That would be like my star moment of where it's like I'm going forward towards something that I'm trying to manifest, and it's through me succeeding in that process that it becomes extremely healing, and it's like a weight off my shoulders, because it's like me going after my dream relieves a lot of stress, a lot of tense things going on, right? So it's like through you doing your situation with your tooth, it's going to lead into like long-term happiness, right? So mermaid deck. Honestly, I have to stop myself from just collecting decks. I wanted to get the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck, even though I'm not a fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, but I know people would love to have a Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck being used. Oh my goodness, what are these? I might have to get a new mystical manga tarot deck soon. I've been using the heck out of this one. We'll see. All right, anyone that's still waiting for a question? Actually, I take that back. I'm going to be doing one more. I'm going to be doing Vincent. And then I'm going to be doing a general message for everyone here. Vincent, can I go next after? Yeah, I'm going to be, because I have to still do a couple more readings tonight. I have to get up Sagittarius, and then I think Libra I'm going to be doing for the love as well. But yeah. Wait, did y'all ever... I don't think I ever got to see what you guys said in terms of like live streams. Do we care about having like daily live stream messages? Or do we not right now? How do we feel? I'm not going to be offended, y'all. If we don't like... I'm not going to be offended if you're just like, yeah, I don't really care. Right? So it's like... This is one of those things where it's just like... I only will do it if like people actually feel like they would want to have that, or would want to have that part of their everyday. We want a live stream. All right, for Vincent, let's see. Y'all can't see it, but that deck just flew away. Yeah, I might just live stream is awesome. Yeah, maybe I'll just do like a daily live stream. During like I'd say like during like the day for me. But like having like a daily morning or afternoon live stream, and then a nightly live stream. Because I really enjoy doing nightly live streams, because it's always like a nice like way to end the night. It's a nice peaceful way to end the night. Alright. So, for you, Vincent, let's get into yours. We have the Justice card coming in. So I'm always just going to say, just because I'm a Libra and I always notice it. It could be a Libra that you're dealing with, but we don't even know if we're talking about a person here, right? When you have the Ten of Wands as well, with the Justice card as well, I might be dealing with a person or like the results of like residuals of like some type of person. Ten of Wands is talking about some type of baggage. Justice card talks about something coming into balance again. So this kind of gives me like a, not a red flag almost, but just kind of like a heads up. It seems like some type of energy sink, something that's like some type of energy that kind of just like weighs you down, that's kind of like toxic in your life. It's being brought into balance of some sort, but I feel like the only way to bring it into balance is through some type of like release on your end, which I don't know if you really want to do, Vincent. It doesn't really seem like this spread is kind of giving me non-confrontational energy almost, where it's like you don't want to, like, you know, balance needs to happen. You know, something's out of balance. You know, something's not being equal or something's not good for you, but you still are doing it for whatever reason. I don't know what's going on here. We have the Three of Wands coming in, of where it's like realizing the journey ahead that it's calling you to. Two of Swords comes in where you're feeling guarded towards it, though there's some type of resistance. And then for your last row, we have Queen of Coins with the Ace of Cups. So it's one of those things of where it's like you're not wanting to honor yourself in this situation. It's almost, that's really what it is. It's almost like there's some type of commitment, some type of action that needs to be made, but it feels like where something, some type of line in the sand needs to be drawn, but it's not happening because you don't want to hear, you don't want to upset people, you don't want to cause potential friction. It's just one of those things where it's just like you don't, like, it's like someone that enjoys being like not seen in a crowd. They don't want to avoid it. They want to avoid any type of attention, but it's one of those things where it's just like speaking up is kind of essential. Speaking up is kind of necessary. Cut the leech, let the leech go. Yeah, that's really what it is. When you saw the ads coming, when I saw the ads before coming in, I knew we have officially monetized. Thank you, Chloe. I don't know why I said Chloe. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I'm probably going to be I just completely lost my train of thought. My nails are fierce. Thank you. I like them a lot. My friend suggested this combination. I don't like Christmas. I don't like any type of holiday, honestly. So I wanted to avoid having any of my nails looking like it's for the holidays because that's just not my intention. So we went with a black and red. I don't know what I'm gonna do next though. Alright, y'all, I'm going to be doing a general message now to close up this reading because I've been on for over an hour. So let me wrap this up for y'all. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. It was a nice chill night. Especially since I didn't get to do it yesterday. It was nice to be able to like get back into the swing of things. I felt so weird. Now that I've been doing it for so long, I felt so weird not having done a live stream or even posting. Pianist, my nails are plain Jane and short. Yeah, I used to have like just plain nails for a long while, for a few years, just because too much maintenance, if I'm gonna be honest. It takes too much maintenance. But now that I do these, it's like I have an excuse now, since I'm always holding up tarot cards every single day. It's just like, well, I might as well like have something, give y'all something pretty or interesting to look at the very least. Black and gold. See, that's a good idea. I might do black and gold. I might do black on the base again and have gold on the tips. Of course, Vincent. Alright, y'all. Brandy, do I do private personal readings? I do for now. That is something I probably in the future will close off. So that is something I probably will preface for your people. right now is like I have it on my website as an option for people to on my website, SimplyVelca.com. But yeah, I probably am only going to be offering personal readings for maybe a couple more months before I just close it off officially. And then from there, I doubt I'll probably do personal readings. If I do personal readings, then it'll probably be like one of those like like doing giveaways and stuff like that, because it's just gonna get to a point where it's I just won't have the time to be able to allocate to doing personal readings. But right now, I still do on my website. All right, y'all. Let's get your last oracle cards for this reading. There's a bunch of different options, Robin. So like I have like the live, like all the prices vary. So it's like a live for like 30 minutes where we're on like a call together for 30 minutes to an hour. I also have like probably my most popular option is everyone will like opt towards like me having like a YouTube video. So it's like I'll do like a 45 minutes to an hour reading, post it up on YouTube as unlisted, and you can just check it out whenever. That's usually my most popular one, just because like I can get into a lot in quick succession that way. And some people are just kind of shy when it comes to doing live readings, so I understand that. But yeah, let's get into this. For the first row, we have the Hummingbird Spirit coming in again with the Patterns card coming in. So be here now and looking at patterns in your life, in your current situation. Let's get into the tarot aspect of it. Queen of Wands, the Sun card, and the Empress. So I would say this is a setup of where you're being asked from Spirit to look at what behaviors are you doing right now that are not serving you to your highest good right now. So this is usually kind of like a setup someone would get in terms of, you know, if you have like a bad habit in terms of like smoking, maybe your eating habits are not that wonderful. There's something that it's in that kind of thought process of where it's like you're consciously making like, you know, it's something is not good for you, you know, something's not benefiting for your future, but you do it anyway. So it doesn't have to be like smoking or eating and all that, but it's like in that thought process, in that thought realm of thinking of knowing, being like, hey, I know I need to quit this, I know it's not really good for me, but you know, it's kind of like hard going cold turkey. So you're being, with the Hummingbird Spirit being asked for you to be present, it is one of those things where you kind of like, it kind of feels like you're going to be at the standstill until you address some type of habit going on in your life. And by addressing it, I don't mean like quitting that habit and all of a sudden, right? But it's just like, at the very least, being aware that it's a problem, and then going from there. For the second row, we have the Fox Spirit, Think on Your Feet, and then Transformation. So this is going to definitely be for people that are doing some type of action, and action is definitely what is happening. This is letting me know of like I don't want to say tower moment just because that will scare people, but what I mean by tower moment, it's one of those things of where it's like a wake-up call, almost, where it's like something happens and it's just kind of, you're kind of, it's one of those character building moments, character building experiences that will happen. The clarifiers I pulled were the Two of Swords, the World card, and the Knight of Cups. Now I always say the World card is like the Hanged Man in the sense of the World is the Hanged Man in the sense of where it's like you're getting a changed perspective, but when the World card comes, it's usually like a natural occurrence of things, right? I always use the example of the world is spinning 1,000,000 miles a second and we don't feel it, but we definitely have an instant shift in perspective when we're hanging from a rope, right? That sounds so graphic. And so, but it's in that sense where it's just like you're forced to have a different perspective as the hanged man because you're being hung from insert wherever, right? So it's in that, how this is letting me know, this is more so like a natural occurrence of things where it's kind of like I said it earlier in another reading where it's just kind of like a buckle up energy, because this is kind of like a bunch of things going to happen in like succession for you, but it's in a good way, right? The Knight of Cups is letting me know with this forward movement, it's going to be like overwhelming, but in a good way. It's like it'd be like one of those things of where it's like you feel it's like fulfilling work is the thing that comes to mind. Does that make sense? And then for the last row for y'all, for us, y'all, we have the frog spirit clearing out the clutter, and you're clearing out the clutter. Night ain't a 9. You were confused. You feel better now? Yeah, this is the Knight of Cups. So for this one, you're clearing out the clutter for a literal fortune, right? Spells it out right there. So the tarot cards that go into it would be the Wheel card, the Knight of Wands, and the Hierophant. I like this. Hierophant coming in, this is letting me know there's some type of lesson being happening that I feel like is part of that clearing the clutter. I feel like there's some type of perspective that change that happens, some type of educational moment that happens in your life that kind of like teaches you, and it's through this teaching of where you start removing clutter in your life. You're being like, okay, well, I don't like how this felt, for example, and then from then on, it's like one of those things like, you eat something with gluten, and then it's just like, okay, well, I don't like gluten anymore. I don't like, it doesn't kill you, just kind of gives you like a bump in the road, but it's like then from the future after eating gluten, then you start clearing out your house from all products, including gluten. This is such a silly analogy for how I'm like trying to pan this out to be now, because it's like you clearing out your cabinet of gluten is somehow going to bring fortune into your life. But it's in that realm of thinking of where it's just like something happens that forces you to clear things, but it's not like in a dramatic sense. It's just like, okay, this is the direction that you need to go in. The Wheel card and the Knight of Wands, it's one of those things of, yeah, it's listening to the universe and paying attention to like the omens, right? Pay attention to omens and pay attention to, I always say, like, the universe will always leave breadcrumbs for you to follow. And if you follow the breadcrumbs, it'll take you to where it is that you need to go. It'll take you to where you are most aligned, where it is that you'll be able to, like, the next step or the next phase, if we can call it that, in your spirituality, in terms of your physical life, in terms of your career, what have you. It's all about just kind of preparing for that and not letting like bumps on the road, not bumps on the roads or obstacles in your life serving as something that is personal or as like a personal attack, and more so just kind of like the universe trying to reveal things in yourself or in your life that you need to get rid of, if that makes sense. I keep on saying that phrase, if that makes sense, constantly. Thought it was a wish card with the Bachelor on it. Very niche if it was. Getting healthy helps you manifest. Yeah, I absolutely do believe in that as well, Sacred Meow. Make room for more. Gotta heal yourself, yeah. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'm definitely going to be. This is like our little pinky promise. So let's do a little pinky promise together. I pinky promise y'all that I'm going to be starting to incorporate daily afternoon live streams. So yeah, hopefully I can see you either tomorrow or some other daily well, I always do my daily live streams at night now, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'm peaky promising that I'm going to do one during the day for people. So if you didn't get a reading from me tonight, I do apologize. I try to get to people that I've recognized through my other live streams that have been waiting, so don't feel like I was like ignoring you if I didn't get to you. It's more so like I'm always like, I keep a mental list of like everyone in my head of who's been in my chat rooms, so it's like even if someone asked first, if I saw someone like Vincent, for example, Vincent Law, he's been so sweet and so patient with me, and I haven't been able to get to a reading from him for a while. So yeah, that's why. I just wanted to explain so anyone that didn't get a reading from me tonight don't feel ignored. I promise you, if you come to any of my other live streams, I always will try to get to you. But I love you guys so much. Thank you again so much for hanging out with me. I feel so grateful. I'm so happy. And yeah, I guess I'll hear from some of y'all later tonight as well, since I'm going to be uploading. And yeah, I'm going to have a busy night. But yeah, I'm gonna close this reading off. I love you guys. And now we can have that awkward moment again. After I say goodbye, I'm closing out the stream. But have a beautiful night, y'all.